My name is Brad Leman. I've been an elder here for the past few years. It's an honor to be in a position to serve you and to be a part of a group of men that love you and pray for you. I was encouraged this past week in our small group. We've been going through a book on the disciplines of the Christian walk, and the chapter that we're on right now is on silence and solitude. And it's been very interesting to me because I feel like in this time of a pandemic that is affecting our lives, where we're all called to be put in our homes and to not go out and to be in other people's lives, it would be a very easy task for us. That we have this opportunity to have quiet time and to reflect on how this is all affecting our lives. And honestly, I find it is the complete opposite. We're in our homes, we have our kids at home, we have the uncertainty of what's going on. We're maybe trying to get our work done, and it's been a very difficult response to a daily normal sitting on the couch in the morning and reading and having that quiet time to trying to transition that time to we are at home. How do we cope with each other? And I just want to encourage you, and I encouraged our small group last night, of now more than ever, when we have the pent up time in our homes, of well, how do we cope with that? How do we deal with the fact that we aren't interacting with people? And for me, as an introvert, I felt like, and the elders and I talked about this the other day, is that these are good times, it seems like, for me. But yet Eric and I were talking yesterday on a walk that how it's still even a struggle, because when this is over, I told her that I'd love to have people over to our house and to have cookouts and invite people in, which goes against who I feel like I am as an introvert. But I feel like in our hearts, in our community, we have a desire still deep down into fellowship with other people. And I just want to encourage you we've got an extended period of time as we deal with this virus of, there's a lot of things that we can change as we come out of the other side of this. How do you want to look different as a believer, as a member of Crosspoint, as a member of our community? When this is all done, what is going to be different in your lives? And I just want to encourage you to really take inventory of how that is going to affect what we see at Crosspoint and what we see in our communities, what we see in the mission of Christ of being disciples and putting the good news out to this world around us. Because we are made to be a relational people. God created us to have relationships. And I just really want to encourage you that over these next few weeks of setting up a schedule for your marathon, until you can say, I've run the good race and I've fought the good fight. What is our strategy? What is your practice schedule? What is your training going to be to get you to that end point? And just a reminder that this isn't a sprint race, that when we come out of the gates after this pandemic is done, we're going to go from A to Z and run 100 miles an hour to get through the end of this race. We have to decide systematically and make step-by-step progress of how this is all going to work and how this is going to be played out in the Great Commission. And so, family, I just pray that you would take this time, find that time over these next few weeks to dig into that silence and solitude that sometimes can sound so deafening when we're just sitting there and crying out. But use it to the advantage of yourselves, to the world that needs to hear the good news. And I just encourage you let's come out on the other end of this thing and let the gospel ring out in Eureka, in this community, and let's make a difference. Let's not consider it a Crosspoint difference, but let's consider it the gospel difference that we're going to see in Eureka. We love you guys, and I pray that you have a good next few weeks, and encourage you to worship with you again as we sit and listen to the Word together at Crosspoint. Love you guys.